What's going on, guys? This is ghostx and welcome back. I'm going to walk you through one of the best spots for AFK that you could use for non-stop gobblegum acquisition and procedure progression, especially after the multiple patches we've had in the game. So drop a like and subscribe. Let's get started. Alright, so we're on Citadel Day More, the directed mode, and as you know, the directed mode had a huge nerf recently where incantation zombies will no longer come out of their designated area and follow you to whatever AFK spot you wanted to do. And with that being said, a lot of us may have stopped trying directed mode completely, but actually directed mode still has decent number of zombies that makes this AFK spot works pretty good. There are also some new key points about the AFK spots in directed mode that I will explain to you shortly. Now we'll go ahead and open up the pack-a-punch area and get rid of this doppelgas over here so we can start the whole process. And here we go, we just got rid of him and put the crystal inside. There you go. Alright, so that's the first part. Second part, we'll go ahead and talk to Mr. Craft. Hey man, how you doing? Now we're just gonna need to advance the rounds to round 10 so the helmet zombies will show up and get a stamp to obtain one of the swords. Round 10 and I got a stamp already. Let's open up the dragon sword and we'll take it, then activate it or upgrade it actually. We'll insert it here and then we'll go ahead and collect the fires. Here you go, that's the first fire. We'll go ahead and deposit it back to the dragon and we'll do that for the rest of the fires. And at this point, you know, make sure that you get all the essential perks while you're in the process. The second sword we'll be doing is the lion sword, and the whole point of doing these swords is to get to the light sword, because without getting to the light sword, basically the rounds will not progress to round 12, and round 12 is the target round that we need to be at. So basically we have to do 3 swords, but we're going to stick with the lion sword eventually. You can do any of the 3 swords that you're going to, open up and unlock, but actually for me, I would rather stick in with the lion sword because killing zombies with the lion sword actually refills your armor. And here we go, the next one we'll do is the light sword, and actually we'll go ahead and get some stamina up real quick over here. Speaking of the perks that you need for the strategy, I think the most important one and number 1 would be the melee macchiato with the augment espresso. That augment actually will make you kind of swing your sword way faster than just regular sword kill. The second most important perk would be the juggernaut, of course, but technically if you have the essence to buy all perks before you start the strategy, it would be optimal. Alright, so we upgraded the light sword, we'll put it back, and then we'll take the lion sword. And at this point we're actually gonna advance the round to round 12 because that's, like I said, the target round. And the reason round 12 is the target round because you will not have a parasite spawn that would kind of messes up the AFK spot for you. And instead of the parasite, you will have a double gas, which is easy to control with a sword and easy to kill. Actually, probably most likely it would be instant kill. Alright, so we're done with everything. We got all 3 swords and we picked up the lion sword, and now we're just gonna buy some perks just to make sure that everything will be optimal at this point. And right now we're actually ready to go for the AFK spot. This whole setup probably took 20 minutes. I haven't seen the time actually, but to be honest with you, it's pretty straightforward, pretty easy to get to this point. The location for this AFK would be right here inside the bar, right in this specific spot. And if you stand right here in this corner facing the doors, this would be your optimal AFK spot, and I will explain why. It's basically because before we use the actual countertop of the bar for the AFK, but that did not work well because zombies would flank you and at some point will down you after an hour or so of doing the AFK. We also tried different spots like the van area in the spawn and the cave slide entry by the pack-a-punch machine. I still found them not 100% zombies proof, if I can say. However, this specific spot, I tried it for the past 24 hours and I wasn't down not even once. Now here's the new changes. First, we don't have incantation zombies waves that could help us with faster progression, and also seems like we can't do this AFK for long hours straight because the game will kick you out due to inactivity every 2 to 2.5 hours. However, and hear me out, the good thing is when you get kicked out, there is going to be a saved game. You can come back to it and come back to this specific spot right away without doing any of the prior steps. Within 24 hours, I was kicked out multiple times, and every time there was a saved game. This is actually new to me, or at least I haven't noticed it before. But we used to be kicked out of directed mode after 4 to 5 hours with no saved game whatsoever. And to be honest with you, I'd rather have a saved game and get kicked out after 2.5 2.5 hours of AFK instead of repeating the whole process again. I don't know, that's just my personal opinion, to be honest with you. I mean, imagine doing this every time you want to step out. You go to your saved game, it spawns you here in the bar, you rubber band your controller and leave it for 2 hours and so on. This actually gives the unlimited number of gobblegum, to be honest with you. But regardless, I will let you guys be the judges for this one. It worked for me perfectly. Let me know how it works for you. Share your thoughts and drop a comment, and also stay tuned for more content. Appreciate it if you consider subscribing to our channel. Also join our Discord for most recent updates, videos, posting, and teaming up with others. And until the next one guys, cheers.